Hey, you guys, let's go ahead and get started with the reading. What do we got here? We have take time to breathe out, just rest, relax, just take a step back. You don't need to rush into anything right now, even though our minds are going a million miles a minute. You and your loved ones are safe, and it's time to release negativity. Bottom of the deck, expect powerful changes. For some of you, this is about your living situation. Maybe you're moving homes, or this could be about your family, maybe I just heard the word nostalgia, okay? Um, I feel like for a lot of you, it's time to release any negative thoughts or feelings that you may have towards the family unit. Maybe there's somebody in your family that you are fighting it out with, because I see the crab and I see the scorpion here, and it's like they're both crustaceans. Is this you and other people who also have their armor on, maybe? And it's like, somebody here is always ready with their stinger, and somebody here can't let go. You think about the crab, right? The crab, once it pinches on, like you can slap its, claw, you can do whatever, and unless you break the claw, it's going to continue to hold on. It's not going to let go, and it's like, maybe for some of you, there has been situations in the family unit where there's things that people just cannot let go of, and maybe you've had to learn how to release, because I am seeing that claw with the release. It's like, I let go, I let God. Whatever changes need to happen, I'm open, I'm willing, but I feel like you can't keep going back into a situation where it's just like this cyclical pattern, right? The eclipse comes in and says, Scythe, cut that shit off. Like, we can't keep going back into old, like, going round and round about old topics. So are you willing to release it and embrace, or are you going to go back in? It's almost like when planets go retrograde, right? It gives you an opportunity to go back. And you can always tell, like, say you want to make amends with somebody. You can, and if you do that on your own behalf. Don't do that on somebody else's behalf, because you may not get what you are expecting. So have zero expectations. If you want to go in and apologize and just say, hey, I just want to let you know that I apologize for, my role in all of this. I hope one day, we can let bygones be bygones and move past this. And if that person tells you to fuck off, well, that's where they're at in their healing process, right? Same goes for if they say, you know what, I apologize too. That doesn't mean that you have to be a part of each other's lives, but at least then it's like releasing that cycle. We're cutting that off. We're cutting karmic ties to all of those. We don't need to come back in with our stinger, and some people will. If you reach out, they're going to hit you with a stinger. I know in my family, if I reach out, I always get met with the stinger. And so I've learned to not stick my hand in the cookie jar, because I get tired of getting my hand slapped. So what have I done? I've released the situation. I've released, like, it doesn't serve me to get beat down anytime I try to reach out. And even when I don't reach out, I still get attacked. So it's like, you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't sometimes. It's like, if you don't, then you're accused that you don't care. But if you do, then you're a piece of shit for doing it. So I kind of get this. And it's like, everybody has to go to their corner and decompress so that we can end whatever this negativity is. If people are even willing to end it. Some people are not willing to end it. Some people want to continue the cycle and just move, and just take it with them. It's like their badge of honor. And that's what I see here with the armor here. It's like the badge of honor. Like, I would rather have a badge of honor of just like clearing my conscience, new beginnings. Like, listen, if my family doesn't want me, my loved ones are safe. They're good. If they're fine without me, great. If I make people miserable in my life, I don't want to be around them. So really, there is a lot of like energy surrounding the family unit. And there can be a lot of frustration, especially because we had Mars in Cancer for such a long time, since December of last year. Holy shit, that was the longest fucking retrograde period. As of now, Mars has moved into Leo as I'm doing this reading today. So, this could have really, screwed some shit up. Or if you were born with it in their chart like I am, you just get used to it. I have Mars in Cancer, so I understand this energy. It's like, Mars is the ruler of Scorpio. It's the co-ruler with Pluto. And, the family unit, like for me, it's always been fight or flight. And, instead of my Virgo aspects where I want to go in and fix it, I've gotten to a point where I don't want to fix it anymore. I don't want to fix anything that I didn't break. Like, I've taken responsibility for my what I've done in the past. None of us are fucking perfect. I'll be honest with you. I was not a perfect mother. I was not a perfect daughter, but I also wasn't horrible either. But it gets taken to such extremes because Mars in Cancer is at a detriment. And, and I bring that up because we've had Mars in Cancer for so freaking long that when it comes to this family unit, I've watched more and more, even on social media with my private readings, where families have been just destroyed, whether it's destroyed through the whole, what, or, political beliefs, or, spiritual beliefs, or religious beliefs, or, people think you're fucking crazy. Well, that it just is, unfortunately. And so what Mars has like shook up for everybody, it can now put things back into place, but it can't go back into place the way that it has been. Okay, so, but it is time to release negativity when it comes to your family. Listen, I have zero animosity towards my family. I love my family very much. And if they find it much more peaceful without me in their lives, I'm totally okay with that. I find it much more peaceful with them not being in my life right now either, because I'm tired of drama. I'm tired of being blamed. I get tired of being a scapegoat or having to walk on eggshells. Like, I get it. I've done it my whole freaking life. I'm tired of having to be a warrior with my shield up around my fucking family. I was adopted, so I wasn't raised with that whole blood is thicker than water bullshit. I was raised with more like, loyalty, honesty, and integrity. And, I've had to go my whole entire life with that. And unconditional love, not conditional, which is a lot of what love is anymore. With Cancer here, this is about needing safety and security and not always feeling like you have to battle all these negative forces that come from our own family. And our family is our biggest test, and it's our biggest lesson. And there has to be fucking changes when it comes to that. It's no more dealing with, I fucked up when 10 years ago. Because really, that's like the last time I can honestly say I ever fucked up. And yeah, it was a doozy, I made some big mistakes. My apologies for my family is by changed behavior. But they didn't like me then. They don't like me now. So I guess at the end of the day, you're never going to like me, But I'm continuing to change at a cellular level. And it's like once I hit this level and they finally catch up, they have to maintain it. But by that time, I'm getting ready to go to another level. Like, this is about true authenticity in life. And, I've had to find my own safety, my own security throughout my life. And at this point in my days, I'm done with negative shit. I don't care if you're family, if you're a friend, if I've known you since fucking kindergarten. I don't care. The only person that I have loyalty is myself. And I deserve to have like a breath of fresh air every morning when I wake up and have safety and security, knowing that I am the one who is protectant of my energy. And I'm just going to block out, like, I keep seeing that Instagram reel where it's like negativity and the lady's all, pss, pss, and she's all, ew, ew. Like, that's what I'm seeing here. It's like, pss, pss, no, get back. Get back. If you're not coming in for my wellness and my goodness, you're not coming in for shit. And that's sometimes where that armor has to come on. Like, there has to be a powerful change. It can't just be like, oh, here I am. We're not going to talk about it. And then later on, they start slamming you with shit again and poking you. And you have to put your armor on and protect yourself. Like, are we letting this go, or are we really going to have these powerful, drastic changes? Cut it off. Hi, my name is, this is who I am. Like me or leave me, but I'm not, I understand that there's always room for improvement, but once you start changing another person so that you feel comfortable to sit in the relationship with them, the whole reason why you were attracted to them was because of who they were. Now you want to change them to be something that they're fucking not, just so that they can have you around? What makes you so fucking special? And vice versa. What makes them so special that you're gonna, okay, well, I'll do. No, fuck all that. I think about, the crab. Crab is like, it circles around what it wants. And maybe for some of you, you have to like divert energy and divert, what you're doing just to fit in or to have a place at their table, because that's what Cancer represents, is sitting at a dinner table with one another, having that comfort food of the mother, right? That mother energy. Like, if you cut off the mother's ability to be a mother, but yet you still want her in your life, she's not here to be your friend. And maybe for some of you, you had to cut out a toxic mother. Or maybe society tells you that your mother is toxic, but really your mother was doing everything she could to survive. And that's why she's always had to wear an armor. So like, no matter how you look at it, it's like, you know what? You need to take time. It's like when somebody comes back into your life, they better have a fucking plan. Or why are you coming back? Are you just coming back to attack me? Are you just coming back to use your stinger to and get a few jabs in before you walk out the door again? Because if that's the case, like, you better have a plan. What do you want? What do you want to manifest out of a relationship? And it doesn't matter if it's with a family member. It doesn't matter if it's with a friend. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. What is the point? Because there has to be a extreme, significant change in order for any of this to work out. I'm not picking up anything more. I'm going to leave that there. Subject to interpretation. And listen, if this means that your mother has crossed over and you're still holding on to the mother energy, or you're still blaming your mother for your situation, you're not a victim. Like, share, and subscribe. It helps my channel grow. Comment, even if it's emoji. Let me know how this reading resonates with you. I love you guys all so much. And if you want help through the situation, schedule a reading. thefootstepstopeace.com. Take care.